Oh, come on in, come on in. We will be getting started soon. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to exit out this live stream. In order to reset because StreamYard is still having the same problems. So thank you all for being there. Thank you all for being patient. Got to the point now where look how quick I got the new live stream. Yep. I'm just not going to play any videos because the videos, sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to use any of StreamYard's videos or software because I don't know what's going on, man. What's going on, Divine Walker 5? I'm gonna get to y'all in a second, man. Let me get this intro started real quick so we can get into this. This is Friday night live stream, all right? A Friday night jam session, if you will. And I forgot to put that on the title. Jesus Christ. See, this has been a long day already, man. Like, I've been working on a lot of stuff today. I worked on something else earlier that I had to work on. I gave myself a quick trim, and I don't even like the way that came out. And here I am. You know what I mean? So, and then I had to get the clips together and get everything together for this live stream. Now, I've been wanting to do this live stream for a minute, okay? Actually, I was really wanting to turn this into a video, which I am. That's why the name of this is What's Going On with Young Black Men Part 1. And I wanted to start off this series of having these talks because they're needed. And as you're going to see today, these talks are needed, okay? But what you should expect in today's video. I'm going to just play the first video. I'm going to play the first video clip. You're going to know what's wrong right off the jump, right? This is the first clip just to show y'all why we need to have this talk today, all right? Let me see if I can get the screen up. Y'all put a 1 in the chat. Oh, damn. Tajay, I'll get to you in a second. Let me get this banner off there. Y'all can probably already see what's wrong. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this.
Y'all make 900 a week. He make 907 days. He's different. He's different. And this is the problem. This is what I'm talking about when we talk about the minimum basic skills exam that Joe Clark, he wanted them kids to pass.
Mr. Clark.
And those kids represented all of us. And this is the issue. This is the issue. He don't know that 7 days is a week. He need to drive that, get in that damn Challenger and drive it down to special class. There's a class you need to sit in, sir. Because this is it's diabolical on so many levels because you're a grown-ass man.
Grown-ass.
Or you don't know that 7 days is a week. But I'm here because I care. I'm concerned and I want to help you, brother. So call me. We can start with letters and numbers, and then we can do colors. I want to help you. I want to help you. It's 2025. You need to know how to read, and you should know basic arithmetic. So I'm very concerned about this, and this ain't it. This ain't it.
Yeah.
You know, I know you got the card. You're going to end up procreating, and it's just not what we need to be right now. Times are getting rough. A lot of things are changing, and this is not what we need to be. Call me, brother. Call me.
Shout out to LeVar Walker on this clip here, because that's why I started off. Tasha laughing. That's why I started off with this clip, Gents, because what you can expect to see from today's live stream is we're going to go over a couple of clips there. Y'all might have seen it with the Unk and the young buck, and they going at it. I don't like the conversations that they have. Like, I know it's clips to be online that they pull it from, and maybe they're having a bigger conversation in some of them from what I've seen. But the clips make me mad. You know, when I listen to these clips, it make me mad, man. So I wanted to talk through it with y'all, right? So I want to talk through a couple that I want to show you. I'm going to start off by showing us some of the issues that we seeing with these young kids, right? Off the bat. Y'all saw one. The dude didn't know that a week and 7 days was the same thing. I hope that was a meme somebody made or whatever. I hope it's not right, okay? And then I'm going to show you this conversation between this uncle and his nephew or his dad or his son, whatever. I don't know what their relation is, okay? But we're going to watch a few clips of them. I'm going to show you how these kids today, after you hear that conversation, I'm going to show you another clip with these kids today. I don't know what's going on. And then because it's a Friday night jam session, I have a few clips where we're going to talk about we're going to talk about the older generation. And if you stick around until the end, I have some inspirational stuff to show y'all, of course. I told y'all I like to leave out on a positive note, okay? So I don't know how long this live stream is going to be. I understand that usually for the jam session, we hang out a little bit late. We're just going to take it as we go. And this live stream may not be for everybody, but I really want to have the conversation with the gents tonight, okay? I know I talked through some of this stuff, but I want to know y'all thoughts on it. So it's going to be probably a little bit more interactive than normal. I'll get as many comments as I can. I can't catch every comment, though, okay? So because, again, some of this stuff is going to require a larger conversation. See, this is how rusty I am. See how rusty I am? So this is the part of the show early on. I'd like to give a shout out to my gents. It's everyone that is a subscriber or a member of this channel that contributes regularly to this channel. If you want to see better things in our community, whatever that is nowadays, or just amongst people in general, and you are working on yourself and your purpose, then you are a gent. Okay, let's see who we got up in the house tonight. And I forgot to take the banner down because I'm still a little rusty. I cut out for a little bit. Thank you, King. He said back on scene, crispy and clean. Thank you very much. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Divine Walker. What's good, TSG? I'm great, brother, man. Great having you here on this Friday night jam session. Oh, there is something I'm going to talk about after I go through this, and it's something that we need to talk about before this starts. And this concerns, I went to the doctor, and I just briefly, before we get into the live stream, I want to put this out early. What happened, what I found, and why it's so important to make sure you guys are taking care of yourself. All right? Salute to you, brother King, homie. All right? What's up, TSG? I'm good, Tajay. Already got you there. All right, everybody saying what's up. Press to say, let's get it. About to get sick with it. Killer shit. Now, back to this part. Back to this one right here. Tajay, what's going on? I found out my girlfriend is pregnant. I'm going to say congratulations to you because that is the right thing to do. We should support you. And things happen, okay? But it would have been better for you, Tajay, if, you were in some type of long-term committed relationship with your woman to have your kid, okay? Because the thing about it is, and it don't really matter, right? You could be married and you could still end up having stuff. So the point is, congratulations. And the advice I'm going to give you is do what you can to be in your child's life as much as you can, okay? Let your child know that you love them. Let your child always know that you love them, right? That's one of the things that some of us OGs do, but sometimes people feel like we don't do it enough. Because especially when you're Gen X, because you're in between generations there, you know what I mean? You got your foot in technology in the old school, you got your foot in the technology age, and sometimes the teachings of those dudes before us still pop up sometimes. So be a good dad. Congratulations. Give him the big crayons, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Give this dude the big crayons. Like I said, I got my first Charger last year. That's right. That's what's up. Shout out to our boss, man. He said, "What's up, Jess? What's up, our boss? What's going on with you? You procreate with demon seed felony babies. You give birth to hood mice, hyena, gremlins. Got it. Preston, what are you?" 22 people. You can't read the comments. Come on now. Oh, I'm talking about, yeah, I can read it. Beyond fear. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on. 22 people. Yes, I can. I'm saying sometimes this comment section though get a little crazy, man. Y'all be going, when y'all go in, it's hard to keep up with all the comments. Let's get down to business. I agree with that. We're going to get there. Beyond chill. What's going on with the young black men is y'all have to answer that as what's going on with young black men is y'all have to answer that as older black men. Absolutely. Absolutely we do. What the convo going to be, the age gap, generational difference, boys just don't listen, fathers absent is what's wrong with young black men, and we know that. Sure, but we've already had that conversation tonight. I'm not taking it to that point, okay? We've already kind of had some of these conversations when we talked in my single mother videos, okay? So go back and go catch up. I never abandoned my kid. I didn't have a father when I was little, right on. And look, that right there, this right here, this is the thing that's disturbing to me is because I hear this and I've heard this a lot, right? Over the years where you have men who say they don't have a father around. They want to be good fathers. They try to be around, right? And again, you get into these situations where, maybe things don't work out and then babies' mamas feel some type of way, right? Like they still, instead of concentrating on how do we parent together the best as we can, sometimes you get people still in their feelings. And it's not to say you don't get dudes who don't want to be there or who don't want to contribute. I'm saying though that even if we started with the guys who want to be there for their kids, I've played a video on this channel where the dude was in his car and he started crying. And you could tell he needed to work on some reading skills a little bit, but he cried just because he had father-daughter time, right? And there's a lot of dudes that actually be feeling that way, right? A lot more than society likes to talk about, okay? The Geek Surgeon, thank you for being here. Peace to the guys, all right? Shout out to you. All right, let's get into it. So, ironically, I did not make a banner for tonight's start. There we go. So, as the title is, what's going on with young black men? As I talked about, I built tonight's conversation off of a few video clips that I want to get into. Again, these are some clips that I've been seeing online for a minute. And so that's where tonight's conversation is going. Yes, we can go a whole bunch of different places. But again, if you want to go there, go watch my old videos. We already discussed it there. And I'm not saying we're not going to get to that stuff. But I'm saying that we're going to follow along where we're at right now. All right. So I'm going to get this next clip together. And then we'll get to the video.
It's not cool to be bad.
It is cool. Okay. So I want y'all to hear this video clip starts off with saying that this generation is cooked. So these little kids out here, let's see what gets said real quick. Oh, God dang it. Give me a second, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear this, all right?
It's not cool to be bad.
It is cool. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm just trying to be like my idol.
Who your idol?
King Von.
Who your idol?
King Von.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me pause this real quick. Let's go back to this kid. We can listen to what he said in a minute. But let's talk about this, okay? So I will be honest with you, I'm not up on everything that's going on in terms of who's hot and who's not. But if you haven't heard of King Von, right? King Von was out in these streets and was a terror. Okay. I mean, people like King Von was just out there just taking lives. I'm talking about just being a terror. All right. So for this kid, now King Von eventually wound up getting murked, right? And but before yeah, King Von was him. Tajay, you say King Von was him. King Von was like rolling around like Denzel was in Training Day. King Kong didn't have shit on him. Okay. But this is who our young men are looking up to. And it's sad. It's sad that that's the way it's always been. I really want y'all to think back for y'all that grew up in the hood, right? I want y'all to think back. Think about all who our idols were, bro. You know, we might have a few actors that were some idols, right? We had some actors. We had athletes, entertainers, right? There you go. Tajay say King Von was Satan's greatest soldier. I think. Oh man, that's a great way to put it, and that's who this young man wants to be. And again, going back to the conversation, yeah, some people say, man, I want to be like, you know, W.E.B. Du Bois, whatever. And some people might say, I want to be like Malcolm, or, you know, I mean, obviously this further generation, but like, that's not what I heard in the hood. You know, people wanted to be like certain rappers, and people, you know, we all have this same, like I said, we all, but some of us have the same place, especially if you grew up in the hood, that you only knew a few ways when you saw people get out the hood. And I'm glad that, I'm kind of glad that that wasn't the only thing I saw. We'll get into that later, but I'm glad that wasn't the only thing I saw. I'm glad I got to see men getting up every day, going to work, taking care of their families. I'm glad. But trust me, I've seen the other side. I've seen, you know, I told y'all before, I got friends that, you know, there was like 3, 4 kids in the house, right? Single mom and roaches all over the place. I'm telling you, I didn't see it. I didn't see the boyfriend coming through. Y'all heard P come on here, and we always laugh about Wolford. Y'all may not understood what he was saying, but Wolford was his mom's dude. Like that, Wolford was always around. Y'all never seen? I'm gonna wait till P come on here one day, just in case he listened, because I'm a clown about Wolford. I got a good one. I don't know if we talked about it, but I'd rather have this laugh while he's there. All right. So I just say living in the hood not worth it. No. So basically, they want to end up walking memory and misery street. Absolutely. Shout out to Adam. The younger generation is walking through life without purpose. Boom. Never taught how to thrive. Put a pin in that. Okay? Put a pin in that. I'm glad my mom moved me and my siblings from the hood. Absolutely. Y'all know y'all mama though. Right? All right. So listen. This is who they aspire to be. Now, I usually try to put things in a certain order, right? I usually try to put things in a certain order where, hey, we're going to talk about this and then we're going to get to where it go. We're going to get to the bad later or the good later or whatever. I want to go directly from this. I want to go directly from this for any young men listening. For anybody that's listening that has a kid, knows a kid, wants the best for kids, love a kid, a mama, a daddy, uncle, aunt, grandma, grandpa, whatever, uncle, aunt. If you know kids that you care about, and these kids want to sit up here and be demons, want to choose to be a demon. I'm gonna play this next clip and show you what the result of that is. And this is probably best case.
Court may impose a hold without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant charges, he is ordered held without bond in the indictment and grand jury. All right.
Your Honor, his new court date is going to...
All the YNs, all the young street dudes, they need to see this video right now. This is the consequence of trying to be a gangster. This is the unfortunate consequence of trying to live a life of crime and think it won't catch up to you. Anybody that got a young dude in their neighborhood that's going down the wrong path, they definitely need to see this video.
So again, as I told you all, eventually I'm going to make a video. And I'm going to put all this stuff into video form. But tonight, I just wanted to kind of, again, go through a few clips, talk about this, right? Discuss some of it. And believe it or not, there's a couple, like when we get we're going to get to a portion where it's going to be a little bit lighter. It's going to be hopefully a little bit more fun. But there's a reason I put those clips where I put them at. Because when we get to that part where we start talking about growing up and all these different things, I want that to be fun because our kids deserve to know that they should be kids and that they should have fun, but they also need to be working toward their future, right? So Tajay say, damn, he ruined his life for what? Yeah, I don't even know. Life isn't a fairy tale or a storybook. It doesn't come easy. Love is overcoming obstacles. Absolutely. Mindstorm. Shout out for being here. For brother with the expecting girlfriend. Paternity test is non-negotiable. Both of you make a promise with hands on your child's head that your child comes first and hold each other to it. Mindstorm, that is excellent, excellent advice. Because that's exactly what needs to happen nowadays. Shout out to you, Tajay. But that is exactly what needs to happen. Get your woman, get her. If you got to do it on tape, get both of y'all on tape. Get both of y'all on video committing to that kid. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me get this off the screen. Thank you, Mindstorm. Get both of y'all on tape committing to your kid. I'm going to get this off the screen too. Get both of y'all making that commitment. Y'all have to talk first, and then you get on tape and say, we're committed. We're going to do this. We're going to make this thing work. This is what we commit to, and put it on tape. And remember, okay, make sure she has a copy. Make sure you got a copy. Make sure somebody who not going to just take your side have a copy. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this, I'm talking to not just Tajay. I'm talking to anyone out there. This is brilliant. Thank you, Mindstorm. This is brilliant. Because right now we don't have, like, marriage ain't holding people accountable for it, right? And just having a kid alone ain't holding people accountable for it. Hell, women will say, hey, I just want to have a kid on my own. Will you help me? And then you give them a kid, and then they taking dudes to court to collect child support from someone they asked to be a sperm donor. So get it on tape. Do it while you all are still in good standing. do it while you all are still good with each other. Get it on tape. I'm not saying that that's going to be something you can use legally. That's not why I'm saying get it. I'm saying get it on tape so it holds you accountable for what you said you're going to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it holds you accountable, that she can see that she promised it too. In worst case scenario, when your kid gets older, right? That kid can see the promise y'all made years ago, and your kid can look and say, well, hey, my dad tried, or my mom tried, because y'all committed. That's something to hold y'all accountable. And that's why I said, make sure you get that video to somebody who not going to just, you right. You don't need somebody just gassing you up. You need somebody who going to hold your ass accountable. Hey, I got this clip that said you're going to be in this kid's life. So, fatherless homes created a dangerous environment because they look elsewhere to find respect, creating an endless cycle. Absolutely. I bet YN Court was a son husband and his mom was a recipient of what he was doing in the street. You know, King, shout out to you, King. Thank you for being here this evening. Gents, I had a thought before I came on to this live stream, okay? And it was right as I put this clip up. Let me go ahead and let me do this. This clip is what made me think about it.
Y'all make
This right here. The dude talking about y'all make 900 a week and I make 907 days. Okay? Why is it? Right? This right here. This literally just came to me recently. I started thinking, if in the Black community, women are raising the kids on their own, okay? I'm not taking away fathers. Tonight's video is about our accountability tonight, just so y'all know. If y'all didn't get that's where it was going, is our accountability to each other and to the young men, okay? That's what we're talking about tonight. But I started thinking, I was like, if single mothers are the ones who are teaching the children, right? They're the ones with the kids. The dudes are absent. Now, I've already told y'all my position on this. I was a chief in the Navy. Nobody gave a shit if you got a bad turnover. You own the division. Chief, why is your division messed up? Nobody went back and went to the command of the old chief and asked him, hey, why'd you leave this thing messed up before you gave it to Chief Sims? Nobody asked that question. Nobody asked that question. You know what they did? They was like, yo, why is your stuff messed up? Then you better have an answer. So that's called taking accountability. But here was my thought. Let's go back to the thought. How does this dude mama allow him, let's say he was a single dude, a single child, right? Only child. Matter, it don't even matter. He got one parent or two parents. How doesn't a young man know that there's 7 days in a week? And if kids are being raised by these single moms, whether it's right or wrong, how they got there, that's not what we're talking about. But you have a bunch of women who come online, who will get online and tout, we are the most educated, we are the smartest demographic, we're the this, we're the most, blah, 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 with all these things. We're the smartest. We are the smartest. How come that isn't trickling to the kids then? Why is it that if they're the ones raising them, we didn't abandon them? We didn't abandon these little bastards. They're the smartest. We're so smart. Why the kids don't know? Why aren't the kids smarter? The schools are predominantly women. Why aren't our boys smarter? Now, I know the answer. You know the answer. But it just made me think about it. You know? Young man, he don't know how to think. He got a nice car and don't know how to act. Yeah. Mama told me my dad was a sorry philanderer. His mom and him told me my blood granddad was dead. Found out the day he died, he actually lived across town. I will never forgive them both. This right here. Let's get into it. That's why I said tonight was going to be a little bit more interactive. So again, this might not be the live stream for everybody, but tonight we're going to talk through it. Let's talk through this one first. You found out that your people lived across town. Your granddad was across town. Was he your granddad? Anyway, here's my point. This right here, if y'all talk to my mom, y'all didn't see my mom. If you've been here for more than a year, right? Maybe a little bit more than that, you've seen my mom on the channel. My mom loved my grandfather. When you hear my mom talk about my grandfather, she loves that man. She was like, man, what I would do to have that man back. I love my dad. Now, my granddad died when I was 2. That is my earliest memory to this date. And I have a memory from every year from 2 until this day today. Every year. I have a memory since 2 years old. Every year, 2, 3, 4. I remember every year until today. At least one memory from every year. And I saw my grandfather when I was 2. Okay? My great-grandmother, who raised me as if she was my grandmother. This is my great-great-grandmother, okay? Creole woman. She at times kept my grandfather away from my mom and them. Now, there was a point in time where my grandfather, he had all the kids. And when I say he had all the kids, they stayed with him. The reason why my great-grandmother was more of a grandmother to me than my grandmother, and that's not to take anything from my grandmother. Me and her had a really good relationship. But when she was younger, and you had my mom and my aunts and my uncle, my grandmother was the Rolling Stone. My grandmother was the one who was rolling fast. And then my grandfather had to raise 4 kids. But there was times when my great-grandmother, who was the matriarch of the family, kept my grandfather away from his kids. Now, y'all's story may not be exactly like mine, but how many of y'all got scenarios where your people is closer than you know, and ain't nobody telling you nothing? I want you to think about that. I really want y'all to really think about it. How many of y'all got people somewhere and you don't even know about it? My brother was on here, right? My brother came on the live stream, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Something like that. We have the same dad, different moms, same dad. My brother was across town. Why didn't me and my brother, look, okay, whatever be damned, why didn't me and my brother be able to get together when we was kids? Why weren't we allowed to be together as kids, man? This topic about to get deep. This topic about to get. Oh, let me catch this. Mothers will have their son acting a fool. Absolutely. In our technological advancement, common has become an endangered species. Common sense, yeah, I'm assuming. Donald, these women is weird. Yeah, man. My grandpa died 2 days ago. God damn, Tajay. First of all, my condolences, brother, but God damn, you have a lot on your plate. And you know what? We're here for you tonight, okay? We're here for you. My condolences for that. Congratulations on your kid to come, okay? Make sure you listen to some of the advice that you got here in the comments, okay? But that's a lot going on, brother. Glad we're here for you tonight. I'm glad I did this live stream now. Shout out to XL Pro. Always great to see you here, man. Always, 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 always a pleasure. Donald says it is an on-purpose social engineering experiment with a designated outcome, not for a black man's benefit ever. That's it right there. I don't know if y'all got that. I've been trying to talk about these topics and steer them in certain ways. That's why I appreciate all of y'all who watched toward the end of the video, because that's where I put, hey, this is where we're trying to talk to, right? This is the common sense part of it. I put the meat, the vitamins are at the end of the video. And they tell you on YouTube, don't do that, but I do that for a reason. First of all, it helps your video out, so that way people that just want the entertainment, but the people that want the meat gonna stay through and they're gonna say, you know what? And then I promised y'all probably about 2 years ago, not 2 years ago, I think it was a little bit over a year ago, where I said, hey, I'm gonna start leaving my videos off with a positive message. And I do that because I don't think it's wrong for us to talk about the things that we talk about, because we don't want brothers like Tajay to find himself with the wrong person and then be in a wrong situation. We want to make sure the brothers who want to be on their purpose actually have an opportunity to follow their purpose, to know that, just like was said earlier, if you ain't on your purpose, if you ain't on your purpose, then this happens. Hold on real quick. If you ain't on your purpose, then you break down like this 16-year-old. Right there. Your life is done. Where am I at? You definitely can't trust a person who will never take accountability, but has no problems with always blaming you for the mistakes they've made. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. This is something that I think I've always known. I've definitely probably said it on the channel, but I've learned a lot through even doing this channel. And I already knew it being in the military, but I'm going to tell you that when I talk to a person and I see or I hear a person and they're in a situation that I hear that they can't take any accountability for anything they're doing, that's the point that I pretty much, I don't want to mess with that person, be around. We have nothing to talk about. We have nothing to talk about. We have nothing to discuss. If you're around a person that can't take accountability, good luck. Go ahead and hang out with them. Go ahead and hang out with them. But you're putting your own life in peril. Does that make sense? As technology advances, there are more people willing to plug themselves into the matrix. Absolutely. It's just coping, man. Look, let me tell you something. Tell y'all this story real quick. So toward the end, right, when the end was coming in my first marriage, and I was under such pressure. Jesus, at work, it was so much pressure. And I just didn't feel like I had an outlet. I didn't feel like, I don't know what the hell I thought was going on. I just felt alone. I was depressed. And I knew I was depressed because I used to play with the kids, man, and we would have a great time. Like, we would have such a great time. My ex-wife would be hating that we had a good time. Like, make that make sense. But that's not the point I'm trying to make here. I knew that we were at the end when I stopped playing with my kids and all I wanted to do was be on the video game. Now, you got to understand, I was a very young father at this time. I am 22 years old at this point. I'm a young dad. I'm in the military. I'm under a lot of stress. My wife, I didn't want to come home sometimes. And I love being home. And I just remember all I wanted to do was play the video games to escape. And then I think about the kids today, and then they always on them damn games or the phone, whatever. There's always something, some type of distraction, man. This is a distracted generation. Once we're gone, whoever's in charge will be able to pull the wool over all of their eyes because they're distracted. They're smart on certain things, and we're going to talk about that today. But on others, man, it's scary. Even family members will lie sometimes. Absolutely, they will. No lie, I would get into it with dudes in the bar over a chick in New Jersey, only to find out that we were family when we all wound up at the family reunion in Virginia. That's crazy. Yeah, you could be arguing with your family. Don't even know, man. That's crazy. My time and energy is too precious to turn myself into a battery. Absolutely. Shout out to you, expat living overseas, man. Great seeing you up in the chat. You know what? I think that's why The Matrix was The Matrix was probably one of the best sci-fi movies ever made, ever created. But what made it so great was in 1999, that's when it came out. It was so revolutionary, but it was also hinting that this is where society was going to be going. And before I even turned on the live stream, there's a CNN interview, literally just came out today. There's a dude talking about AI on CNN, talking about how scary it's going to be, how 20 to 30% of people are going to lose their jobs in the country because of AI. I want to say that again. 20% of Americans, right, is almost 70 million Americans. 60 or 70 million Americans. It's 20%. And they talk about anywhere from 20 to 30% will lose their jobs. That's a lot of people, man. You definitely can't trust a woman who says that they want what's best for you, but they give you backhanded insults and passive aggressive remarks. Listen, verbal abuse can also be abuse too. That's why it's called verbal abuse. It was a life to death crime to be caught reading a book. Think about that. It was a crime, punishable by DEF to read. And now we take this shit for granted. We had ancestors that died, that went before us, died, so you and I can have the right to vote. And people are sitting at home. Oh, it ain't gonna matter in my state. Somebody died for you to have the right to vote. They got hosed, dogs sicked on them, all kind of stuff. People before us. This is actually all relevant to what we're about to talk about. There were people before us. And they made some sacrifices so that we can do certain things today, yet we don't do them. Again, I'm going to tie all this in. So Yeah, brother, my condolences to you, Tajay. Yep. This is Adam Kidd using this channel. Oh, okay. I forgot that was your second one there, Adam. My bad. I'm sorry, Adam. You definitely can't trust a person whose words and actions don't match. If they don't care for you but act like they don't believe their they don't believe their actions. Yep. Wife before children, period. No excuses. Donald, absolutely. We got to get there. We got to get back to that. I understand that people don't want to get married nowadays, but it don't make no sense for you to have a kid and you don't commit to, have some higher level of commitment that holds you accountable. You can't find a wifey material women these days. It's tough. They're out there, but it's tough. And I'm not gonna say it's just tough. I'm saying that like we also got to be thinking about opening up our options too. Then don't have a baby. The child will pay too. Many times, much more than the two did to do. Yeah. Donald's right. We got to get back to holding ourselves to standards. And that's kind of what we talk about being gents here. We do have to hold ourselves to some standards, man. And listen, the people before us weren't perfect, and we're not perfect, and our kids aren't going to be perfect, but we're going to talk about all that. But at some point, we have to set the standards. All right, let's see if we can run through a few of these comments to get to the next video. Yeah, you definitely can. All right, I read kind of something like that. The Move, Matrix, and the Terminator. Oh, there you go. Yep. The movie, The Matrix, and the Terminator. Yep. I don't want to live in a world where I can't be my true self. I agree. It's called personal discipline. Donald, we're going to actually talk about discipline tonight. That's actually in the discussion. Our boss, the movie Matrix and Terminator were made by the same person. We are approaching strange times of humanity and accountability. Yes, we are. More people will lose their jobs as AI advances. Absolutely. People should be scared about what's coming. Baby mamas allow the kids to be illiterate just like them and the ones before them. Yeah. I am investing in AI. Just say no. Great to be here. Yeah, we all should be investing in AI, honestly. I mean, we all need to invest in it because if it's going to get rid of some jobs, you might as well make some money before you get rid of them. And then I would also argue to say, if you got time, learn a skill. Learn a skill that AI can't take your job. Listen, I used to do engineering. I don't like it. But AI not going to take my job right away. My job still will be safe from AI for a little bit longer if I decide to go back into it. I don't want to go back to it. I don't want to go back to it. But if I got to go back to it, for now, at least the type of stuff that I was doing, you got to have humans to do it. Now, the computers will make it easier and faster, but there's physical things that need to be done by a human. I just got out of a dance. No woman ever close to my age, much less single. No woman even close to my age, much single. This is just depressing. I'm sick of women's lives. If any man come across women that say they're trying, call that shit out. Garrett, thank you for sharing that, man. Oh, man, that's crazy. No women even close to my age. Oh, my God. Later, I'm going to visit my Thai sister-in-law who has stage 4 cancer. She is close to leaving this world. My condolences to you, Adam, and to your family, man. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I heard dudes going to buy AI girlfriends when they come out. Well, hey, I was going to do a video on that. I did an AI girlfriend video one time, and that video didn't do so well. And I was sitting there like, yo, to me, that was a fascinating topic. But to be fair, that was before the channel is to where it's at now. But I need y'all to hear me about something. We're gonna get into our first main clip. But before we get there, I just want to make a couple housekeeping announcements. As y'all saw, I'm trying something new. I want to do something called TSG Rewind. Now, why am I doing TSG Rewind? I'm doing it for a number of reasons, okay? First reason I'm doing TSG Rewind is it allows me to put out quicker videos. Does that make sense? But it also allows me to take a subject that I see today and compare it to something that we talked about before. It also allows me to go back into the dustbin of videos I've done that, like that AI video. I talked about AI girlfriends in a video I did years ago. And at the time, the channel just wasn't big enough to talk about it. Nobody took that conversation seriously. Fast forward 2-3 years, 3 years. I don't remember how long ago it was. Fast forward a few years, and now I don't sound crazy for the shit I said in that video, which I don't remember what I said in that video. So just because of that, I might actually make that a TSG Rewind video. But TSG Rewind is supposed to be quick hitter videos, right? Whereas, like a couple clips, how it relates today from yesterday, also TSG Rewind will also go, sometimes it'll just be snippets, like say something we talked about in this live stream that I think needs more focus. And I'll clip that from the live stream and then add a couple extra clips to it. And we'll discuss it. Hey, last night we talked about this, and this is what I said last night. And then I might expound on something. So TSG Rewind is a way for me to get out some quick videos, just so it's not so long in between videos sometimes. It also, what else? Yeah, that's enough about that. So expect to see more TSG Rewind. Okay, it's gonna have a more muted type of thumbnail, but that's on purpose because the point is it's a rewind. We're looking backwards. Okay. The other thing is I told y'all I went to the doctor. Okay. And, the last time I went to the doctor was a year ago, and my cholesterol is a little high. Now I knew that, right? Like the doctor tends to believe in my case that my high cholesterol isn't a matter of I'm eating a bunch of bad shit all the time, but it's just part of mine is genetic, if that makes sense. And my blood pressure was higher last year. Okay. So when I got there, my cholesterol is 50 points lower now. Like I'm damn near close to normal. I'd say normal, but I'm close to the back into normal range. I'm still high, but I'm getting there. Okay. And so that was good. My blood pressure is normal. So I've made some changes in my life that I would like to think have contributed to the lowering of the blood pressure. I don't eat as much salt anymore. Believe it or not, I have this vape. I've had it for a long time. I don't really vape anymore. I do it when I'm on this channel sometimes, but a lot of times I don't even go bring it out no more. I forget that I have it. So when this one is done, which 9% left, then I'm probably going to be done vaping. So I've been trying to make changes. Obviously, y'all know I work out. Okay. We're going to talk about that later, but the thing that I want to talk to you about was my doctor told me that my kidney function was not normal, it was low. And it had me shook. It had me shook because I was like, wait, my kidney function. And so she was about to like order a bunch of stuff, right? Like a ultrasound of my kidney and all kind of stuff. And then I eventually told her, I think she asked me if I was taking anything. She asked me, was I taking ibuprofen? I said, no, I only take ibuprofen as necessary for pain. And sometimes I even don't take it because of the pain or because of I don't always, this will work through the pain. If I take ibuprofen, I need it, right? Most of the time. And then she eventually heard me say that I was, doing protein powder and I was taking creatine. And that's when she was like, oh, stop taking that shit. So her belief is that me taking protein powder and creatine and probably not drinking enough water on a daily basis, which I always have my water, but she thinks I need to drink more water and stop taking all that shit I was taking. Okay? And so now she's not as worried. She's more like, all right, get off of that stuff, make a few diet changes. Oh, and also my A1C was just a tad bit into the pre-diabetic. I mean, just a tad bit. But it kind of makes sense because we just got through with the holiday season. You know, I've been snacking late at night, probably have too much candy or sweets at night. And I gotten away from eating sweets. I wasn't eating bread at one point, and then I just started eating all that shit again. And so now I'm eating more meals through the day like I should have been instead of fasting. That way, when later on at night comes and I'm not eating late at night like I was doing. And just like I worked on the things I needed to last time, I intend to work on this time. That's why y'all didn't hear me say what the drinking at night is or anything like that, because I'm not going to be drinking anymore. Okay. I'm just drinking my water and other things that help flush my kidneys. So, yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Yep. I have been fasting. Again, some of this stuff was, like I said, I was taking those protein powders and all those powders that weren't good for me, and then eating at night. And so I'm trying to work on it. Again, I just got this news. That was Wednesday. So this is all new. Still got time to work on it. Thank you very much, man. Our boss, thank you. Tajay, thank you. Vaping is illegal in Thailand? That is crazy. TSG, rice, olive oil, etc. can help with that. Red rice. Oh, I used to take red yeast rice or rice, you know what I'm saying? And then I have olive oil. I just bought some. So again, I'm going to be working on it. I appreciate it. Always praying for you, Taji. I appreciate you, man. Glad you're doing good. Yeah, no, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. Great news. Congratulations. Thank you, Singer. Appreciate it. So thank you all for that. Let me catch Donald's comment here. Great grandma kept all the family together. Did not stand for no ish. When she died, everything went to ish. Negro assimilation, individualization. You know what? Damn, Donald is absolutely right, y'all. That's exactly what happened to my family. When my great grandma, it happened before then. My great grandmother moved to this side of the country because she was in Louisiana. She moved to this side of the country with one of my aunts. And when she came back, she just wasn't the same. It's almost like her not being around her family, her being alone a lot of the nights, instead of being with her sisters and her family. She came back, she kind of was just not the same. You know, then she started having strokes and all kind of stuff. She lived to be 93 years old. She died shortly after Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Right? So it's been 20 years. It's coming up on 20 years since my great grandmother died. Wow. That is crazy. Anyway, that is insane. So my point being is this. When great grandma died, they did keep the family together. I'm not saying they did everything right. I'm not going to tell you that. They made errors. They made some errors. They made big errors. But at least the family was together. You understand? At least the family was still coming together. Yeah, we might be messed up, but we can still work it out with the family together. And now, I don't know what this shit is. So, They have natural cures to get rid of disease and actual cancer. Absolutely. Again, hear me out, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Hear me out. Last year, when she told me my blood pressure was high, she told me my cholesterol was high, okay? I made changes. And that's good. I stayed consistent with the changes. I just found this out 2 days ago. So I've already started, right? Not eating late at night. Ideally, I'll probably have one more leaner meal. Actually, what I ate before I got on here was just all I had was like a little small flank steak. Because I still try to do the carne diet. I do the carne diet because I to kind of minimize any type of acid reflux or anything like that. And because I lift weights, so still like my carne diet. But there's a bunch of stuff I need to be doing. I will be doing it. What does having a health food section say about the rest of the products in the grocery store? Right? Absolutely right. When I was living in Mexico, man, it was like I lost. How much did I lose? I lost 15 pounds. I went to Mexico 240. And when I came back to the States, I was 225. I was leaner. I was lean muscle. I was working out. I felt great. I was walking every day. I was sweating. I was drinking water. The food ain't have all the bullshit in it. Excuse my French, but it didn't have all the stuff in it. And then the food here just makes us sick. I got you, man. I got you. Yeah. TSG, right? Eating before bed equal bad idea. We're being poisoned from the air, chemtrails, water, food. Yeah. My water, I bought a water cooler a while back. So I get my water. Now, something else I'm going to make a change on is going alkaline water. So, but let me, hold on. All right. Let's see. My mom and dad is what brought our family together. That's good. That's damn good. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother homie. In Thailand, family is an important part of the culture. I love that. It should be. It's actually what I love about my girl and her family. They're pretty tight, and they've kind of incorporated me into their family since I can't, be around mine. But if I wasn't so worried about flying right now, y'all know me. I go fly back to go see my mom all the time. And I would love to have her on video for a few of these topics that we've already talked about. TSG, have you ever tried introducing lamb as a red meat into your diet? Goat milk and sheep yogurt? I don't know about all that, but lamb, I've actually eaten lamb. I think lamb is pretty good. Yeah, probably should try it. The food in this country is straight poison. I'm from Africa, and my body literally cannot digest the food here. You know what's funny? I'm starting to have problems like that, our boss. It's almost like, I swear, it's almost like a switch turned a year ago, and I've been having some digestive issues. Now, part of that was I was food poisoned, and something's been off ever since. But I'm gonna tell you, scary stuff. It's more profit in treating symptoms instead of creating cures. I wonder how many cures are just sitting on the back shelf collecting dust. Absolutely. That's a whole nother topic that I'm going to discuss in the future. Matrix says AI movies and X robots in the making. The society is in for some chaos. Absolutely. Cucumbers help with heart rate. I have some now. Also, I bought salad, and actually, that's from my making eggs. I loved when I was eating tuna. When I ate tuna all the time, I definitely lost weight. So I'll be looking to do that. Let's get into this next clip. We went into, it's a Friday night jam session. I'm up here talking about this is what this was about. This was about us hanging out. This is not a normal live stream. This is us hanging out, chilling. I may not have a drink. I might have a drink. But I mean, I got my tea here. Let's get into the video I want to talk about first. All right. So this is what I kind of the some of the main clips I want the base night live stream off of. Right here. Y'all listen to this real quick. I haven't heard all of it. I heard enough of it, but let's listen together.
If somebody tell me how to make 300,000 in a week, I'll listen.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all folks. Well, y'all be seeing this shit where you like, you saying 300,000 a week. Well, y'all seeing this shit. You know personally that's making 300,000.
I don't.
Exactly.
You know why?
Why?
Because y'all ass. Y'all should have been figuring that shit out. Changing the trajectory of the family. When instead, you know what y'all was doing? At McDonald's. Making fries and shit. Learn how to make fucking nuggets and shit.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm trying to show you the way to do it better. See, I didn't get past the fries and the nuggets. I didn't think high level, like getting to manager level. I was just
That's not high level.
Yeah, but
That's some basic
no,
shit.
no, I'm saying like I got comfortable at the fries.
So that's your thing, fries. Making fries. 30 years.
Yeah, but that's what I got comfortable with. But I'm telling you now that I know better, like go to the next level, go to management.
So let's talk about it. Let us talk about this real quick. So why did I bring this up? We're gonna have a number of these conversations. Again, I'm gonna be making some videos soon. The next one you see is going to be probably named the same thing, but you'll see a part 2. I'm actually making a series about this because supposedly YouTube likes series now. So we'll do what's going on with young black men part 2. But that next one will be a video. Or maybe the next one will be a live stream. I don't know yet, but hear me out. I understand what this young man is saying. Hold up. Just give me a second to explain this. Good. I understand what this young man is saying. I think it's unrealistic for him to think that somebody's supposed to be making 300,000 a week. The game is rigged against people making 300,000 a year. So if he's serious about what he's saying, like old boy said, who you know making 300,000 a week? Like, that's insane money. Who's making 300,000? Did he say 300,000 a week? Let's hit play again.
If somebody tell me how to make 300,000 in a week,
Who? Yo. Let's do that math, okay? Hold up. Let's do the math real quick. 300,000 a week time, what is it, 52 weeks in a year? $15.6 million a year. So that young man wants you to be making $15.6 million a year. As a black man, okay? Hell, any man. There ain't nobody making that. The average black man is making in the 50,000s a year, right? 55, 56,000. White man might be making about 70,000. That's the average. Yeah. Like, I'm just looking at y'all comments. Yo, look at, hold on, let me. 300,000 a week. What the heck? The average American man's yearly income, 40 to 50. Absolutely. Adam said, I like the channel because it's about lifting people up instead of dragging them down. I'm trying my best, man. Trust me, I am. Yeah. So, yeah, man, listen. Sometimes the real flex isn't just money. It's knowing when to pause and listen. Yeah. Said, thank you for contributing that. That is, we gonna get there, said, we gonna get there, okay? We gonna get there. We gonna get there, because you're not wrong. Our boss says the elite's making 300K a week, lives underground, and are never seen because they run the world. Absolutely. Celery and peanut butter is also good for you. Man, I love me some peanut butter. I got plenty of peanut butter, especially, again, I know, hey, Garrett, I know you talk about don't lift, not lifting weights as much, but I love me some peanut butter, man. Some good fats right there. M4, global birth rates are collapsing everywhere. A topic hardly anyone wants to touch. Yet they are collapsing. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Hell, I saw something the other day, Garrett and Gents. This was the craziest thing. It was like Black people wouldn't be a minority in America if we didn't have so many abortions. We wouldn't be a minority. When you think about that, that's crazy, man. We wouldn't be the minority group. Let's put it that way. Don't have bad spirits around you, poisoning the good spirituality you have in you. Yep, absolutely. I agree with that one. Wisdom doesn't always come with applause. Yeah, but that's the thing. Said it. Yeah, Gents. They want this shit quick, though. They want it quick. Like the fact that he came out of his mouth and said 300,000. That is a week. Not a year, a week. Insane. Insane. Even the Sun CEO of Fortune 500 companies don't make that. Unrealistic expectation of people is flabbergasted. Absolutely. Money is not everything. It is absolutely not. Sid says, in war, truth is the first casualty. That's deep. That is deep. That young man probably still lives with his parents who keep him alive on $50K per year. Ziggy, office off. Too many fools not heeding advice with too many flaws. Yep, Donald, we're going to get to it. Yep. So true. Okay. All right. I'm going to rewind it right. He was saying, I told you, this young man, he's not wrong in saying being mad about the previous generation not doing more. Because I remember feeling that way. I felt that way. I didn't. It was crazy to me. I would have never said, oh, y'all got to make $300,000 a week. Like these kids, like we talk about this shit in the channel all the time. These young girls with expectation that you're supposed to be driving this and you take them to Roost Chris every weekend and you flew them out. You pay all their bills and all this stuff. Like that's the same mindset. But I'm not mad at this young man for thinking that the previous generation should have did better. I'm gonna play this again. I'm gonna play right here. Let's listen.
Listen,
I don't know what's wrong with y'all young folks. Well, y'all be seeing this shit where you saying 300,000 a week. Well, y'all seeing this shit. You know personally that's making 300,000.
I don't.
Exactly.
You know why?
Why?
Because y'all should have been figuring that shit out.
How? There are some doctors that don't even make 300,000 in a week. Like, there are some doctors that don't make 300,000 a week. Now, indirectly, I know how much some of these doctors make. I can't tell y'all a number, can't tell y'all how I know. I'm just telling you. Some doctors do make a grip. Not gonna lie, some doctors make a grip. But you know how much they ain't making? They ain't making $300 a week. They're not making that much a week. That's insane. Let's continue.
Changing the trajectory of the family. When instead, you know what I was doing? At McDonald's, making fries and shit. Learn how to make fucking nuggets and shit.
Stop right there. Let's go put it back on this young man. Again, he's not wrong. Hear me out. He's not wrong. Some of us let our families down. We should have been thinking for the next generation. It's the truth. But the thing is, he sounds like a naive kid to me because he's just saying it like y'all should have just figured it out. Like, let's take something in consideration. If you're Gen X, right? If any of you all, if we, the collective of us is Gen X or a millennials, whatever, right? I don't think we might have a boomer here or two, but mostly we're Gen X, right? From what we're millennials and Gen X. from the majority of people that watch this channel. Okay. So as Gen X, we had our foot in the past and we have our foot in the future. And millennials got a little bit of that too, but hear me out. And this is what this young man don't get. Y'all should have tried to figure it out. Now, we older, we know what the hell happened. We know about how they pumped drugs into our communities in the 80s. Iran-Contra, right? We know about the war on drugs. We know about the crack epidemic of the 90s. They bombed us with and hell, you had the welfare coming into the 80s, and then you flooded crack into the 80s and into the 90s. Like literally, you got to go back before you young men can talk about this shit and think you can. That's why I don't like what the Unc says, because he don't drop enough history on. Like, do you know what happened during this period of time? And I understand this is a quick conversation. But some people were just, I mean, you're talking about handicapped in a way that is unexplainable to some of y'all. Not to mention, some people were handicapped just by the situation they grew up in. That's why on this channel we talk all the time about these single moms. You know why I make these single mom videos? It's not that I hate women. And it's not to say that I don't wish the best for single moms. It's a warning. Stop having kids. If you're not going to be with the dude, you ain't going to get married to the dude before you have the next kid. Don't be just out here putting your thing in everything, thinking like, well, it ain't my responsibility. Like, we got to understand that if you're a child born into a single parent household of a mother, single mom household, you are at a great disadvantage. Because your mom, if she working, she ain't got time to nurture you and teach you the way she's supposed to teach you. And so I understand why this young man is mad. Let me tell y'all something, man. I've said this before on the channel, but I'll say it again. My family used to own businesses. My dad owned a chicken joint, multiple places. And he messed up and he lost it all. His chicken places opened up around the same time that Popeyes opened up down in New Orleans. Popeyes is New Orleans. I don't know if y'all know that, but Popeyes is New Orleans chicken. And if my dad could have made that thing do something, would we even be having this conversation right now? My great-grandmother owned her own beauty salon out of her house in downtown New Orleans for 30 years before she retired. And supposedly she had money for me for my college. Ask me how much money I seen in that shit. She at least tried, man. At least that woman put the same great grandmother we talking about, at least that woman thought to put some money aside. And my people use that money up. Grandfather got taught, like self-taught, or not self-taught, but taught by somebody how to take care of animals. He had his own grooming thing, but he couldn't keep that up. Yo, there was so many businesses that people tried to run, but for lack of better terms, they effed it up. So I'm angry. Well, I was angry. Just bear with me through my little rant. We have nothing to show for this shit. The house she sold, we don't have that no more. So I understand you being angry. The fact that, hey, why didn't y'all leave us something or do something, whatever. I'd be mad too. But you know what I tell my kids all the time? I tell them, my job is to help you to be a little bit better than me. And then when you have kids, your job is to teach them to be a little bit better than you. They ain't got to do the same thing. You ain't got to do the same thing I did, and they don't have to do the same thing you did, but they should be better, a little bit better than you. And if every subsequent generation is a little bit better than the previous and teaches a little bit more than the previous, then eventually you're going to see us rise up out of the bullshit that we find ourselves on in the Black community. So it baffles me that you have all these young-minded people that's, oh, we're entrepreneurial spirits. We entrepreneurs. We entrepreneurs, okay? Everybody entrepreneur now. Don't even have a business, but I'm an entrepreneur. Huh, entrepreneur, huh? Yet they don't teach, they're not even teaching their kids how to read. They're not even teaching the boys how to do math to know that there's 7 days in a week. Yes, I'm angry. I'm angry that my kids, not all of them, but you know, I'm not, this is a generality, but my kids can look at me telling me I ain't did enough while always got their hand out asking me what I'm gonna do. Can you help me out? Can you do this? And it's like, what do you think I'm fucking doing? Sometimes I'm helping you by not helping you. My kids were, at this time, 20 years ago, my kids were 5. 5 years old. I was just moving to New York at this point in my life. Like I just parallel, like, where was I at? I was 7 years into my career at the same time 20 years ago. 7 years. Matter of fact, my 27th anniversary of being in the military was 3 days ago. Of when I joined the Navy, it was 3 days ago. I did that because I looked at where I was at in the hood. I looked at all the BS, knowing that, man, it's hard to get out this thing. And I did something I said I would never do. And I joined the military. And I joined the military because I owed it to my past self to do something, anything, but fail. So when you have young ass dudes like this talking about you should be making 300 grand a week, you talk out the both sides of your head, son. Yes, you could be angry that the previous generation didn't teach you everything you need to be. But as somebody, as one of y'all gents said in the comments over here, y'all talked about learning. Learn from our mistakes and then do better. Y'all think because, oh man, you know, I got this stack of money on my hand. Y'all think y'all doing better than us because you can put a stack of money on your head? But you don't know no life skills. You got fast money skills. Huh. Listen, I'm a city boy, but I know how to fish. I know how to swim. I know how to start fires. Worst come to worst, I can take care of myself out in the wilderness. My engineering skills, I can filter and make water. Hell, my woman gave me a two flower plant. Right now, this thing blooming. I think I got that thing up to my plant is about to have a great grandkid. No, that's too many grandkids. Pair, whatever, that's the kid. Now a grandkid. Yeah, I'm about to be a great grandpa of our love fern. Yeah, I still got a green thumb. I know how to take care of a flower, man. Let's finish this. There's a part I want y'all to see.
Yeah, you know what I was doing at McDonald's, making fries and shit. Learn how to make fucking nuggets and shit.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm trying to show you the way to do it better. See, I didn't get past the fries and the nuggets. I didn't think high level, like getting to manager level. I was just
That's not high level.
Yeah,
That's some basic
no,
shit.
no, I'm saying like I got comfortable at the fries.
So that's your thing, fries. Making
what
fries. 30 years.
Yeah, but that's what I got comfortable with. But I'm telling you now that I know better, like go to the next level, go to management.
And he'll probably say that going to management ain't better. So if I'm on the fries, I'm trying to teach you to be the manager. And then what you do is you tell your kids, hey, don't be the manager, own this damn store. And then you tell their kids, hey, take this store and then buy a few more stores and franchise out. And that's how we get better. But these kids, they want this shit now, man. Let's catch a couple of these comments. I'm sorry, I'm a little off. Let's see where we're at. Damn, I'm sorry. Sorry, lot of comments. Let's too many of our women graze all day and night. Oh, okay, let's get past the food thing. Thank you for Preston for that about the channel. Preston's probably a few bricks lying around amongst the cobwebs, but the big question is, who do those bricks belong to? They're more likely on lease to someone else. Yeah. Too many spoiled kids. God damn, you're right. We'll see if he's making 300K or anything close to it by the time he hits 45. Black damn, man. Nice. Says, we laid bricks while they got Wi-Fi. He is skipping steps. Yo, I forgot to bring up the Wi-Fi part. That's kind of something I want to say. I talked about Gen X having our foot in the old school, but also in this new technology thing. We got our foot in both sides. They grew up with the technology. They grew up with the technology to have a library at their fingertips. The library is here. I used to tell my kids, I am not lying to y'all kids, but I used to have to walk 2 miles to get to the library, or I have to catch the bus because it was about 2 miles down the road. Now, I didn't lie to them and say we're going uphill and downhill, because if anybody knows anything about Louisiana, or at least New Orleans, we below sea level anyway. Ain't no damn hills, okay? Can't even lie. Like, I went uphill 10 miles, downhill 10 miles. I ain't gonna lie. I had to walk in that heat and that humidity to get to the goddamn library. Or if you need to find out where a business was, you broke out the white pages and you need to call somebody, you looked in the phone book. And if you need to look for a job, you got the newspaper, you looked in the advertisements and the classified section, and you had to know how to navigate these things. And we didn't have MapQuest. You had somebody say, "Oh no, that's right over there about off of Broad." And maybe you can see in the telephone book what the city looked like streetwise, or you passed it enough times throughout the course of your life and you knew where Canal Street was, or Claiborne, or all these different places. You understand what I'm saying now? It is funny to tell us that we didn't do enough to want to get past the fries, and we didn't even know we had that ability because we didn't have technology telling us that shit. We laid bricks while they got Wi-Fi. He is skipping steps. Absolutely. Says Gen Xers, 1970, Gen X or 1976. Thank you. Again, we got a chat full of Gen Xers, man. We do. Okay. We quickly approaching a time where money will be worthless. You can count your wealth in the clink of metal. All these I want to make X's will be homeless and in soup lines. Garrett, I've been preaching this shit. I've been preaching it for a while. And my last video was a kind of an homage to Kevin Samuels, but it was also talking about kind of this. Winter is coming. Not just for us, it's for a lot of people. But yo, we're trying to say, yo, y'all trying to work against us, and this shit about to happen. And if you don't work with us, we eventually just gonna do our own thing. And they're gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. The expectations are outrageous compared to the efforts made. Whatever happened to respecting the janitor that put 6 kids through college before retiring? They don't respect that. Oh, he's just an old head. They don't realize he might be working at a janitor job, but his family is doing well based off that. Not to say he's rich, but they spending the way they should. Everything is in excess and greed. I mean, the greed. You can't talk to nobody without them talking about how much you make, what you got in your pocket. And these are the same people that really ain't got shit themselves. You spending a bunch of money, but you got an ass whack of debt. Like, make that make sense. Y'all don't even understand to spend below your means, to save, to invest. Don't know none of that shit. These kids right here talking about making $300,000. He ain't even got no investments. People need to realize that the world economy is not even designed for everyone, or even most people to be rich. It's not. And that's the other thing. That's another point. Everybody, all these kids think that, well, I'm going to be rich. They just think they're going to be rich. And I'm not saying they shouldn't desire to want to do well, but there's an old saying, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And we are in a generation, we're in a time where people love the money. They worship the money. Insane. The true definition of ungratefulness, saying that the generation before should have figured it out. What is bringing to the table himself apart from living in a fairy tale world? And you know what's funny about this our boss? What he just said, don't all of y'all, gents, don't that sound like what we're hearing from some of these modern women today? This comment made me just realize that. You expect me to already have done all this shit and you ain't got to figure it out yourself. Or you're not even willing to help me do it. Yo, you got kids nowadays, right? Because let's pull up the statistics, man. Look, this is what we're here to do. We're here to talk about this. And thank you to the 22 or so people who still here. Okay. How many young people still live at home? Let's go 2024. Oh no. What percentage of young adults live at home? Well, let's try that. Well, damn. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for the stats? Let's do this real quick. I'm going to put this up on the big screen. Or let's do bigger screen. Pull this thing over right here. Let's go over here. All right, this is what it says. In 2023, 57.1% of young adults aged 18 to 24 were living with their parents. Additionally, 21.7% of young adults aged 25 to 29 were living in their parental homes. This represents a significant increase from 16.5% in 2007 for 25 to 29 age group. So it went up 5%. So now, let's see if there's anything else. What is it? A deeper dive in AI? Oh, look at this. Roughly half of young adults in the United States live with their parents. This is the highest rate since the Great Depression. Yo, you have 12% of 30 to 34-year-olds that live with their parents. That's crazy. And here's their reasons: saving money, inability to afford independent living, and other factors. While these represent a snapshot in time, the trend of young adults living with their parents has been on the rise in recent years, driven largely by economic factors. We know this. All right? So this is what we're talking about, right? This is what we're talking about right here. They criticizing us for what we didn't do for them, but yet that brings us to our next video. Matter of fact, let's play it.
As bad as y'all don't want us here, we don't want to be here either. We just ain't got nowhere else to go.
Yes, you do.
Well,
You ever heard of homeless shelter?
I'm going to homeless shelter.
You get fed. You get meals. They feed down there.
No, what I'm saying, that's worse in here.
Why?
But we
Well, at least nobody won't cuss you out down there. You just be down there. See,
man, that's what I'm saying. We rather stay here and deal with y'all ass until we turn 18. Because really, we really dealing with y'all. Y'all ain't dealing with us. We dealing with y'all ass. So we get 18, we be ready to go. Like, motherfuckers don't even want to go to college.
Yes.
We just be like, please, let's go. I want to go to college.
Please. That's gonna help me too. I ain't gotta pay no damn tuition.
Yeah, like, please, let me get the fuck. I'll pay my own shit.
Yeah, please.
So let me get the fuck out. Stay on cameras, everything.
Yes, go.
And never come back.
Yes.
Never visit.
Never.
Change my number, everything.
Go. Yes. Go. Yes. Fuck out.
Y'all toxic as fuck, bro.
That ain't toxic.
That is toxic,
That's
bro.
true, bro. That's true. See, nobody gonna say this shit. I'm just telling you what's real.
Yo. You know what? Now that was my favorite exchange. Okay? Like, just hear this one beginning part.
As bad as y'all don't want us here, we don't want to be here either. We just ain't got nowhere else to go.
As bad as y'all don't want us here, we ain't got nowhere else to go. Pray tell, young man, why don't you have anywhere else to go? Oh, could it be because you don't make $300,000 a week to leave the house? Or maybe it is you don't even make $30,000 a week to leave the house. Or maybe, just maybe, you don't even make $3,000 a week to leave the house. Oh, you got to be making at least $300 a week. Oh, wait, you can't leave the house on $300 a week. Well, seems to me, if you can't contribute to leave the house, you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I say. Just shut it up. Okay? Cause y'all say y'all dealing with us, but we dealing with y'all spoiled ass. See, we have respect for our elders. Even if we disagree with them, we respect them. Y'all ain't got no respect. Y'all ain't scared of nobody, right? But you want to live up on us. You can't afford to leave. But you talking about making $300,000 a week? Gents, y'all make that make sense. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Now, dude got that weird laugh when he realized that shit about to get real and he'll be homeless. I'm gonna read this one first. TSG, are we going with monkey see, monkey do, or look over here, not over there? People still dumb and gullible to buy bonds, stocks, crypto, while central banks and other nations run the metal. I hear you. I hear you. I understand. So true. They just don't know. I must have missed that one. The system designed for Black community failed thanks to capitalism and politics. It was. but we have to do what we can to get over that stuff. So basically, these young people are sitting up in their parents' house while at the same time acting like they're better than the people that's literally keeping them alive. Black death, yes. The answer to this is absolutely yes. The audacity to sit there and judge me, and you ain't done it. You can't do it, or you would have done it. And we want you to do it. We want you to be able to take care of yourself and be able to function as an adult. It's not us trying to be mean. It's trying to tell you that life ain't gonna give a shit. Life not gonna care when this shit right here happens. It's not gonna care when
Court
this
made
happens.
as a whole without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant facts of the charges, he is ordered held without bond in the indictment and grand jury.
Life ain't gonna care when that shit happens. You can judge us for not making enough money. You can judge us for not being who you thought we was gonna be. And some of us were like, this shit didn't happen to me. I left Louisiana when I did because I knew the statistics even a long time ago. I knew the statistics for a very long time. But some of y'all Gen Xers, y'all know it too. That you know that if you were 18 to 25 years old, your chances of leaving out the hood, you were a higher chance of being a statistic than leaving the hood. This is the thing that stood in my head. That's why I joined the military. I never wanted to join the man's military, right? And I was much more militant when I was younger. It's like, yeah, you'll never get me to join the man's military. Hell, as they say, hard times make a monkey eat red pepper, okay? I had to leave. I had to go. So that this didn't happen to me. Or I didn't become a statistic. Hell, the cops had it in for me. From the age of 16 to 18, I had been stopped 17 times. No tickets. I did get a ticket on my 18th time. I made an illegal left. Other than that point, I was a model kid. There's no reason I should be stopped 17 times in 2 years. I'm going to tell you, since I joined the military, so 27 years ago, right? I haven't even been stopped 17 times by the cops. In 27 years, I have not been stopped 27 times by the cops. 17 times in 27 years. I would be hard pressed to say I made 10, but I might have made 10. This is crazy. If anything, these people brought the winter upon themselves, so they let them freeze for all I care. Tajay say, I'm still living with my mom. Tajay, listen. Let me clarify something to you. You doing what you got to do. Understandable. All we're saying is don't be entitled like this shit right here. Don't be like this.
Y'all don't want us here. We don't want to be here either. We just ain't got nowhere else to go.
Yes, you do.
Well,
You ever heard of homeless shelter?
I'm going to homeless.
Just don't be entitled. Here's a food for thought for you, Tajay, and for anybody else listening, right? Because my little sister, she still stays with my mom, right? She went to college for the last 4 years and still with my mom. And I understand that we have a proclivity to be like, yo, you got to get out the house. I'm not going to lie. That's a Gen X thing. Yo, you got to get out of here, But they staying with us. Look, that statistic where it says half the kids are staying at home, we're the parents and the grandparents right now. Okay? We are grandparent age. We are parent. We got grown kids. And those young kids are staying with us. So instead of sitting here talking about like you out there, oh man, we're gonna be out in these streets, we're gonna have blah blah blah, we doing all this, we doing all that. Why don't you and your mom and your siblings and your people, if y'all gonna live together, we for some reason, Black people, we will not do. I'll give y'all a story. I'm sorry. Let's go another route with that. When I lived in Hawaii, Hawaii is one of the most expensive states to live in. Okay, it's one of the most expensive states to live in. What is the most expensive state? 2025. Let's see. Oh, it is Hawaii. In 2025, I'll show y'all that I ain't lying. Right here. Check this out. Right there. Hawaii is the most expensive state to live in. Its cost of living index is significantly higher than the national average, largely due to its remote location and high housing costs, which is what I was just about to talk about. Okay? So you would think like, and when I say high, okay, like let's put it this way. I was paying $1,500 a month to live in a 600 square foot apartment. And this was 8 years ago. What year is this? 8 years ago. So 8 years ago, I lived in a 600 square foot apartment. This apartment was a part of a lady's house. So she lived above me and she had this small little house. And then if you go further up the steps on hers, because her house was kind of like one of those vertical houses, like these concrete stairs to get up, and there was a whole nother apartment. There was a whole nother 2 apartments up there. Okay. And I knew one of the people that lived up there. She was in the Navy too. Okay. So the point is, $1,500 for 600 square feet of an apartment. And 8 years ago, before the world went to shit from the pandemic. So I couldn't imagine now. I've seen TikToks where people showing the price increases in Hawaii, like $10 bread or some shit. I don't know, right? The point is, it's expensive. Now in Hawaii, if it's that expensive, you're like, well, how do all those Hawaiians have a place to stay? It's because they have houses like the one I stayed in, where there's multiple apartments in these big houses. And the families all stay together. It's just that there's apartments within the house. Okay? And they stay together and they all contribute to the house. That's how they're able to get over the cost of living. The problem is, in the Black community, we will live with each other, but we will not contribute to building any type of wealth together. We won't contribute to building any type of fortune together. Hell, these same kids look at you sideways when you tell them they got to pay rent. Rent? You my dad, why I got to pay rent? What you mean? So if you didn't live here, what would you be doing? Well, I'd be living in my own. And what would you be paying? Rent. Right. I'm giving you the family discount on rent. Yo, it blows my goddamn mind. Singer says, I'm a boomer. Starting a business was way harder back then. Yeah, because there was, I'm not going to get into that, but there was a lot, yes. It was really stacked against us back then. Absolutely was. Hell, I'm going to tell you how stacked up it is now. People talk about, you should start a business, make $300,000 a week. I saw a clip where a little kid was outside selling candies outside of like Walmart or something. And a lady was giving them problems with that. Now, y'all remember back in the day, you could set up the lemonade stands. That's how we did in my hood. Y'all ready? You had the candy lady, right? This was back in the day. People was smart enough to go to like, what was back in the day? Costco? Was Costco there back in the day? Sam's Club? I don't remember which one. But anyway, The point is they would go buy wholesale candies. They would buy the little red Solo cups, make some Kool-Aid, pour the Kool-Aid in the cup, put it in the freezer, make some Cucklebergs or Cucklebucks or whatever you want to call them, or icebergs, or oh man, I forgot all the damn names. There's so many names for it. Hucklebucks or whatever it's called. Cold cup. Right? We had so many names for it. So you go to the candy lady and she's selling all this candy out of her house. Hell, there's like the ramen noodles, but there was this one that was really good in the yellow pack. And we used to crush them things up, put the sauce in there, shake that thing up, and eat that as a snack. You can't even do that shit now or they'll come after you. You can't even do that no more. School shouldn't be a place to learn. We should learn everywhere. It's a place where people are taught to question and critically think. Once upon a time, sent our best and brightest for the future. The problem is, you can't have an educated population, because if you have an educated population, you can't control an educated population. Back in the day, people didn't have access to learning in school. So they believed what they were told. But now, remember that library I told you had to walk 2 miles to? I can go to the Library of the World right here in my hand. Just like y'all said earlier about truth. In war, truth is the first casualty, right? Right? So let me get down to some of these, get a little bit. Let me come back to the future here. Where we at? Anyone else noticing more cars and driveways and multiple generations living together when they drive around? Yeah. Listen, if you're going to live together, multiple generations, but you all are like, okay, we all contribute to paying the bills, but we're all also going to contribute to this pot of money, which repairs the house, invest in metals or whatever you want to invest in. But it's for us to build, maybe a trust, maybe something. We don't think like that. I'm not saying those are the right things to do. I'm saying we just don't think outside of living in this moment. And part of that is because, let's be real, I didn't learn nothing about finance. I didn't have my first bank account until I got into the Navy. And we had to choose between 2 banks, Navy, Federal, or Armed Forces. Right? I never had a bank account. All I ever had was that somebody give me a check and I go find a check cashing place. I was scared as hell. And when I had a bank, I was overdrafted because I didn't understand that it takes a day or so for the money to catch up. So I thought I had more money than I had. I had to learn all that shit hard way. You know what I mean? Now, I got multiple bank accounts. I don't even realize I be throwing money. I got money coming out of my check and I don't even know it's coming out. I don't even pay attention. But yes, this is going to be more common and more frequent. Many of these kids won't get their hands dirty. Don't start with the shoes and the clothes. Nature, what? Yeah, they won't. Nature, yeah. True parents always give advice to prepare kids for life. However, life teaches you consequences and accountability. Absolutely, man. And listen, when I'm not here one day, my kids can't tell them that I think they hate talking to me on the phone sometimes because you're about to get a lecture. You're about to get a lecture, because I got to impart as much wisdom and knowledge on you before I pass away. And they're not going to get it now. When I'm no longer here, they'll get it. They'll get it. Or at least they'll be like, damn it. He was trying to drop something on. He was always dropping something on us. Yeah, because I want you to be better than me. If you've gotten even a passable relationship with parents, living with parents is a financial stroke of genius right now. Help out, appreciate it, save, invest, build up in no time. This is absolutely correct. If you live with your parents, appreciate that shit. You don't want to be responsible for paying all this shit. You don't want to be responsible for this shit. Okay? But that's not to say mooch. You should be grateful. You should be able to save. You should be setting yourself up. While you stand with your parents, if you're not setting yourself up, you effing up. Okay? If you're not setting yourself up, you effing up. Let's get to this next video clip. Check this out.
So raise your fucking self. At the end of the day, you want to do what you want to do. You want to be grown. Raise your fucking self.
How the fuck
It's all good. Raise yourself.
I'm saying, but
Raise yourself. Raise yourself. In the animal kingdom, I don't think little lions walk around mad if they daddy leave. They don't give a fuck.
Hey, if a lion's daddy leave, there ain't no stepdads in the Lion Kingdom. I just want to point that out. Gents, there are no stepdads in the Lion Kingdom. The new lion of the pack come in and get rid of all those old ass kids. Get rid of all them kids. Okay? Let's not use the lions, okay? Because if you don't become an adult lion, and even when you become an adult male lion, your ass get driven from the pack. You got to go out. You get driven from the pack, and you got to go find and find your own. You got to go make your own out there. You don't get to stay up in here. See, we want to use the Lion Kingdom. Let's call it what it is. There ain't no stepdads in the Lion Kingdom, and there ain't no just staying up in daddy house either. Shit. Alex and Asia. Yo, you good, brother? You good? Oh, I read that wrong. Good morning, brother. Is this live? This is absolutely live. Good morning. What time is it right now for us? Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Yeah, we good. M4, fewer babies, less people. Not many people, taxes cease, production and food system crash. That's shut the up time. Our boss, absolutely. If we are doing such a bad job, then step up and either show us how to do it or just do it. Now silence. Alex, thank you so much. Cool, just stopping to show some love. I appreciate you, Alex. Much love. I appreciate you. Good seeing you, man.
They survive or they don't survive. That's what's gonna happen to y'all motherfuckers. Y'all either survive or you gonna not fucking survive. It's that simple to me. That freaking simple to me. Survive or not survive. Okay? I'm saying, I don't give a fuck. Don't spend your resources coming to look for me. Because I'm not looking for you. And if you look for me, I'm gonna see it as you're stalking and I'm gonna do something to you.
Oh wow. Now listen, I'm gonna speed up these videos because there's a couple things I just want to leave a little time to be able to talk about some of this other stuff. So I'm gonna skip around a little bit because I want to run through these and get to the point that I'm trying to make, and then the last 4 videos will allow us to have a little fun before we get up out of here. Okay, we'll probably do about another half an hour and then we'll be out. All right. I'm gonna get to the next video. Now this is it, right? So I put this video after this. So you got young people who want to question our authority. Okay, they want to question how we do things. And as Garrett stated, no, not Garrett. It was our boss, right? Our boss said, "This shut up." Right there. He's laughing because he knows his mommy and daddy's only lifeline. Absolutely. There's only one lion in the tribe. All others are eaten or banished. Alphas doesn't allow moochers or threats to the line of royalty. Sometimes tough love is needed. Exactly. They banish him. Yo, you need to go get your own. But what's that movie? Oh no, my brother. You need to get your own. Yo, Peter, give me some of that Dick Gregory. Hey, name that movie. Name that movie, my Gen Xers. We'll put this next clip on. Oh no, my brother, you gotta get your own.
Makai and Maurice. Makai and Maurice. Bro, why the hell is you on top of Makai car, bro? What you on top of the car for? Locked ourselves out the car. Y'all locked yourself out the car and y'all trying to get back in the car, right?
What?
So where the keys at? In the car somewhere? What you using to get in the car? Like, what you trying to, what's your point? Like, what are you doing? What are you using? No, let me see what you got. So you got a hanger, and what's your objective with the hanger? You trying to hook it on the handle, right, to open the door, so y'all can get in the car. Look at him, he don't know what the hell going on. Look at him, guy. He's just sitting there. Ain't no help, no nothing. It's your car. How the hell y'all lock the keys in the car? But you know what? Give me the hanger, bro. Give me the hanger. Give me the hanger. You know you can get right in that hole, right, bro? Just get in there. I'm gonna show you something, bro. Y'all work hard, bro. Get in the car. Y'all out there with a damn hanger the whole time, bro. Just get in. Come on. You sitting there just looking at him. You like, where y'all brain be at, bro? Like, now look, open the door. Let me show you how easy it was. Open the door. Y'all climbing on car. You a scuba diving through a sunroof. Open the door. Look how easy that was. It was super easy. You didn't dove in head first. You sit there looking like a damn mummy. Can't no. Bro, y'all get bro, gone, bro. Y'all gone, bro. You don't even need to drive, bro. I might well take the car back. Y'all losing.
Oh, Gents, bro, I was tickled. Look at this. Come on, will you come over here? Look at this right here. Come here, look at this real quick. Look at it right here. Look at these two ass. Look at these two. Look at it. Boy, look at you. Wet behind the ears, breath smelling like Similac. That's right, Black Dev. Yo, they had a hanger and the sunroof was open. My dudes, you cannot make this up. I put that clip right there for a reason. So after that young dude talked all that shit, right? Like, oh, y'all should be making 300,000. Y'all let us down. We only here, bro. If you can do better than us, then fucking do better than us. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. But don't sit here and judge what the hell I'm doing, especially because I've laid the groundwork on what success looks like. Am I rich? No. But I can say I'm successful. Damn right I can say I'm successful. And a number of y'all can say y'all successful. But when you listen to these kids, they be like, I don't even know. Because y'all should be making 300 grand a week. I don't know why y'all ain't out here, popping that thing. Y'all ain't popping bottles and stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all don't even party like us. Man, you can't even go out. Y'all not even dancing no more. How you think y'all doing better than us? We were at least happy, man. We was going through it. I mean, life was putting this proverbial foot up in our hindquarters, right? And we was still dancing and happy. We made it do what we do, man. Man, me and my friends would get a couple of food stamps and put them together. One of us would get a gallon of milk. Another one of us would get like a box of Little Debbie cream pies. Another one of us would get something else. Yo, we lived. I just realized that I said everything in the order I was actually going to play the videos. My bad. Recent stats say a good portion of Gen Z, Gen Alpha can't boil water, operate a mic. How can't you operate a microwave? I don't get up on a ladder to change a light. That is crazy. Even if your parents weren't rich but managed to keep you alive in a stable environment, you have everything you need to progress and thrive. If you can't, then you're the problem. You know what, Black Death, thank you so much for writing that, because I've told my kids that too. I'm like, listen, I was in the military. I know that I wasn't always around, but you had everything you needed. You had everything you needed. And if I die today, I've told you everything you needed, and I've shown you enough of examples for you to be successful. This is what I tell my kids all the time. If I died today, you have everything you need to be successful. I have shown you, yes, am I making 300 grand a week? No. But I've given you the blueprint on success. My life is a blueprint on the success. Or at least this next part that we're going to talk about. Garrett brought it up earlier. It's been a staple in my life. And it's a staple in some of your lives. But these kids don't get what we're trying to tell them. So I'm going to play that next clip I told you. I'm going to skip out of order real quick so we can get past the good stuff.
I used to be loyal to the wrong shit. I used to be loyal to fake niggas, the snake bitches, to be loyal to fake family members, to be loyal to everything that was destroying myself. You know what I'm loyal to now? I'm loyal to discipline. I'm loyal to financing. I'm loyal to saving my money. I'm loyal to waking up early and working out. I'm 6 o'clock in the morning all the way to 3 o'clock in the morning, nigga. And then sleep for 3 hours and do it again. I got loyal to consistency. That's what I got loyal to. I put my loyalty into that. I was a slave to my loyalty. I was loyal to niggas that didn't even fucking like me. You know how that feel? Love somebody genuinely don't give a fuck about you. Somebody that act like they like you. Somebody that act like they love you. Somebody that throw you the...
That's what I'm talking about. So I resonated with this clip. Yo, you could be out there giving your loyalty and your trust to a bunch of people that's telling you, yeah, man, you got to get out and get the money. Oh, we going to Ruth Chris. But you ain't got no damn discipline, which means that whenever you get money, it's only a matter of time before you don't have it no more. There's a reason that 5 years after getting out of the NBA, most of these stars are going to be broke. Most of them are broke. Is a reason people end up having stuff and then broke. Because the mentality ain't a disciplined mentality. The mentality ain't a hustle mentality. Discipline. Man, that means you're just doing this shit. You may not feel like it. You may not like it. You may not always want to do it, but you are consistent. You are dedicated to it, even when it hurts, even when it's not convenient, even when you don't want to do it, even when it don't feel good, even when you're losing. Hell, that's YouTube. That is YouTube. YouTube is literally putting his foot up my ass right now. And you know what? 5 years later, I'm coming up on 5 years of doing this in June. Very soon. 5 years. And I'm still doing this shit, bro. Even when I can tell they holding back my videos. Even when I can tell, man, what do you mean my subscribers? I've been at 47,800 subs. I've been at that for months. How's that possible? I still put in the work on these videos. I still think about these lessons, bro. I'm still at the gym 3 to 4 times a week. Even when I got out of the military, I didn't stop working out. Shit, I went harder. Man, don't tell me y'all know about the discipline. Don't tell me that, oh, you didn't show us enough. I didn't show you and then some. What's your excuse? At 25, I was 7 years into my career. What's your excuse? And that's the thing, man. Y'all kids don't know. Listen, I think let me see if I got a scripture in my head. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Now listen, I understand some of you guys ain't really into all that, into whatever. I'm not religious, but there's truth in the word. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. And let me tell you something. When I hear people start talking stupid, right? When you try to give them knowledge and they rejected it, that's the point where I start like, I'm in the wrong place. That's what my brain says. When I hear people reject something and you try to tell them correctly, my brain says, I'm not where I should be right now. I'm in the wrong spot. Or I need to watch myself around where I'm at. Thank you, our boss. I appreciate that. Let me go up to y'all comments real quick. TSG, that's actually a good point. If we were to die today, how many lives did we save? How much knowledge, wisdom have we passed on? How well did we set up others for success? Look, I'm not perfect. Preston says, if anything, these people should question their life choices of the mothers and decisions that they made for their kids, period. So, look, I don't claim to be perfect. Y'all hear me say I'm a trout mouth heathen on this channel all the time. And that's just me joking. I don't feel that way about myself. But I say it as a joke. It's a humbling joke to say that, look, I don't profess to have all the answers, but I'm telling you that I'll stack my life up. I'm going to tell you, I'll stack my life up against most people's lives. And I'll take my life, I'll bet on mine that I'm better than average. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it doesn't take much to be above average. Like, y'all don't really realize how many people are just average. Even the people we see online talking about, I got all this, we be going out, we doing, look, average. You are average. And just to be better than that, just to be better than average, all you got to do is be willing to learn something new every day and be uncomfortable in not being comfortable. If you can learn to be uncomfortable in not being comfortable and do something just a little bit differently every day, learn something new every day, not a day off. Every day you working towards something, you training something, you doing something. You're already above average. Literally, that's how easy it is to be above average. And the thing about it is, here's the thing that kills me about the conversation we've just been having tonight. These young people today, they talk like they want to be above average, but they don't have the above average skills and traits. And it's what this man said right here. The discipline. Yo, that's the key, the discipline. Sean, you got muscles. The discipline. I didn't just get this shit overnight, bro. I've been doing this shit for 20 plus years. Hell, I've been in the gym for 27 years. I've been an athlete for longer than that. 30 something plus, almost 40 years. So, yo, man. Yeah. Ooh, man, they be killing me, man. They be getting me. They be telling that. All right, where am I? Fake love is the worst. You only find out real friends in time of struggle. Look, I don't make friends unless time has passed. Right? Like, let's be real. A lot of y'all been rolling with me for a while. Why? Over time, you're like, well, I know Sean is consistent about this. This is what he talks about. This resonates with me, right? This is a relationship of time for a lot of us that come to this live stream. I do it because we built a relationship. I look forward to talking with y'all and listening to y'all as much as y'all look forward to listening and seeing what I'm about to come up with today. You know what I mean? This is that real we're talking about. But we know, but in today's society, we don't have that people don't communicate or have conversations like we used to have. People don't want to talk about the deeper things, this sub-level, surface level shit. And to me, this is the best time than ever to be able to talk about a bunch of shit because we have access to the goddamn library. We read it, we don't want to talk no more. I read something interesting today. Let me share it with you. What do you think about that? Oh, that's pretty interesting. Like, maybe it's just me, man. I mean, I'm just different. I don't know. Maybe I'm different, man. Maybe I'm crazy, right? Gary says, Preston, yep, women, you never around. Men, I'm out provided. Women, you're around a lot and don't have ambition. Men, I'm teaching and got on children. Yeah, you can't win. That's what it feels like as a man. Ladies, if you don't, any ladies watching, that's what it feels like as a man. If I stay home too much, then you tell me I'm not ambitious, and you start looking at men that have more ambition. That must be my body telling me I need more water right now. What the hell? If I stay home, if I'm not out, whatever, you tell me I'm not ambitious, I'm not working enough. Then if I'm out getting the money, if I'm out working 10, 12, 14 hours, then you tell me I'm not home enough. You tell me I'm absent. You tell me I'm not emotionally connected. You tell me all these goddamn things. I can't win. Y'all want $100,000 men. And I told y'all multiple episodes. When you have a six-figure man, 9 times out of 10, he putting in some hours. You're running the mill six-figure guy. I'm not talking about 200, 300, even those dudes. Even doctors work 12-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts. They don't work all the time. They might work 3 days a week, but when they're there, like some people are putting in those 12 hours. When initially their first doctors, they putting in hours. Exhausted, tired. It's the same way I was in the military. Exhausted, tired. You ain't home. You think I'm choosing this shit? You think I'm choosing this? Thanks, R-Bus. Yep, 5 years. We 5 years. Huh. You know what, though? Hey, that's a good, you know what? You just gave me an idea. Maybe I should do a 5-year live stream and show y'all some of my embarrassing clips. Put together a best hits of my embarrassing hits from back. I can't even show y'all. I'm so embarrassed. See, I look at some of my old videos and I cringe. But that's part of the journey. The journey is to become more comfortable, right? Like I've always been comfortable speaking, but it's totally different. I'm looking at a camera right now. Like, look, I'm literally looking at a camera. I've become comfortable looking at the camera as if I'm talking to you to your face because I've been doing this long enough. It is hard to do that at first. Look at the camera and feel like you're talking to somebody. Some people have to put like stuffed animals up there so they feel like they're talking to somebody. And I'm just crazy. I'm just in my head. I see y'all out in the audience and I'm just talking. So I don't know. We'll figure that one out later. The fact that these kids are taking longer to leave the nest just shows how much they're getting from their parents, not the other way around. Yep, I agree with that one. TSG, pre-trib rap and pre-millennial. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If anything, love is a waste of time. Mistake. If anything, love is a waste of time to a dumpster slaughter catastrophe you don't want to make. I don't think nothing wrong with love because love in it itself, man. We always talk. People throw around the word love, but love is unselfish. Love is unselfish. I'm not saying that you shouldn't think through, hey, I'm not going to jump off this building just because I love you. That's stupid. But love is unselfish. We are selfish ones. We're the ones who are the, there's a word I'm looking for. We're the ones who are the, how did I just forget this word? How do I know this word? We are the ones who stop love. That's another word I was looking for. But we're the ones that inhibit love, right? We're the ones that stop it from flourishing. We're the ones that stop it from being its best because of our selfishness. But love in itself is unselfish. That's why, like, I agree. There's no love nowadays because everyone's selfish. I already know that. You can tell by how society is. You can tell by how selfish everyone is. There's no love. There's no love for the other person. There's no empathy. There's, it's all these things. So, TSG, no slight intended thought to ponder on. You're doing a great job. Oh, all good. No, it's all good. Maybe I read that wrong. What is my favorite rap? I don't know. I like rap from a bunch of different genres, but I think my favorite was 90s. It's 90s rap. That's me, man. That's okay, brother. Homie Tish, yeah, definitely need the Lord and his knowledge. Donald says, dumb Bubba, don't hug me, just silly. No one is perfect choosing the path that you walk on, but it's how you triumph through the fire and you come out unscathed. TSG truth. A friend of mine is into application. If we read and learn in the library, but there's no discussion or application, what good is the knowledge? Absolutely. Yeah. Also, there's a scripture that says, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. If you have something held to yourself or some type of knowledge or some wisdom to yourself, and you aren't willing to share it, then is it really knowledge? You know it, but if no one else can learn from it, it's like having a seed, but you decide not to plant it. Then how can it ever become a tree? It won't. Definitely shows. All right, this is exactly what I say. Why I say that women live in delusional fantasy instead of a real world reality. TSG, scripturally speaking, I was wondering if you were pre-trib rapture. Oh, okay. I was reading that wrong. I'm sorry. I haven't thought about that in years, honestly. As far as I knew, as far as what I remember, I would say that the rapture comes before the tribulation, so pre-tribulation. Right? Meaning that the rapture happens and then you have people left behind that have to go through the tribulation. I think I'm reading that right. All right. Here's the last one before we get to, let me see what time it is. God damn it, Sean. All right, I'm about to run through this one. This is just to give y'all some inspiration real quick.
Hey, what's one thing every black man should know today?
Every black man needs to know that you are not alone.
What's one thing every black man should know today?
Oftentimes, you're one connection away from changing your life.
We're kings. There's melanation on your skin, you win. So know that they deserve to be here.
You're the best at everything you do. Don't tell yourself otherwise.
There's life after trauma.
And we're better together.
Man, black man got sway.
Yeah.
That we're relevant.
That you are loved.
Black Men's World is a traveling cookout. Motivate and uplift.
Community. It's all about the community. You're valuable, you're important, and you're needed.
And we're on the same team. We are powerful and unforgettable.
Be the change you want to see in your community.
You are enough. Amen.
Oh, yeah.
And we changing our image.
Take care of your family. drink plenty of water.
You are loved, you are valued, and you are needed.
We create our own standards.
Keep a suit in your closet because you'll never know who you'll meet out here.
Always put God first. Be resilient. If you fail, it's just a learning opportunity.
Look in the mirror every day and say, hey, man, I love you. Keeping yourself together as black men, as a group.
It is okay to cry.
Give it one go around, live it to the fullest, don't leave no gas in the tank.
Any negative situation, find a positive thing. Black men should know that they are powerful and they can do anything they might.
What black men should know, I would definitely say, who are you?
One thing every black man should hear today is that they're important. Stay strong.
What's one thing every black man should know today?
Yeah, we amazing.
Can't go wrong with that.
That was going to be the last video of the day. That's what I intended to leave this live stream on. But I can't, you know what? I just don't, there's another video idea I want to do. I just don't know how well it's going to do. But you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I had 4 video clips, and it was a call out to Gen X, okay? And I'm going to figure out how to make it into a video and make it good enough that people watch it. And even if they don't, if you're Gen X, even if you're a millennial, it don't matter what age, it's going to be relatable. It's going to be something you're going to want to watch, all right? Or that you want to just, I intended for us to talk about it today. To whatever, but we already are at the 2.5 hour point, and part of my new diet is I need to eat one more time before I go to bed, before it gets too late. So I don't want to hit 10 o'clock and I haven't eaten. You know what I mean? Yeah, I should play one of these videos. Let me see how long this video is. But before we get there, I played this video right here, and I might start using snippets from this clip. You might start seeing this clip from now on at the end of my videos. And you might get tired of seeing it, but I never want y'all to get tired of seeing it. I never want you to get tired of seeing a bunch of beautiful black men out here dressed to the nines in my hometown. And I didn't notice this, that they was in New Orleans until I started seeing the architecture in the background. Right? Hold on, I'm going to show you right now. Hey, gave away. I'm like, what the hell are they at? Hold up. I started seeing them buildings. Look at it. That's French, Spanish architecture in the background. Look at the little lamps up there. Then I saw like the cathedral in the background somewhere. Where are they standing at? Man, it was dressed fly, man. Some of these, look at it. Look at that way he got his tie. He got that. I forgot how you tie that one. That is a unique. That's fly right there. Oh, right there. Right there. That's St. Louis Cathedral in the background. That's my hometown. I didn't even realize that until like right before the video, and I looked at it. I was like, wait a minute, they in New Orleans. That's what's happening. So I'm going to start using this. I may not play the whole thing, but you might start seeing at the end of videos a couple snippets, just like maybe 5 to 10 seconds. And I might switch it up every week. Or every video, I'll switch it up. Unless the video calls for me not to use it. Because sometimes I like to end videos off with different powerful messages. But expect for me to start using this at the end of my videos, because I want to reinforce in us that you're enough, that you're needed, that your wisdom is needed, your experience is needed, your life is important, it has meaning and value. And I know everything going on. I know everybody tells us like, oh, we ain't shit and we don't need y'all anymore. Yes, we need you. You. Okay? If I don't leave you with anything else today, if you ain't got shit else from this, we need to believe that in ourselves, and we need to carry ourselves like such so that the young men could see us. Because we ain't going to be able to talk to them. We ain't going to be able to talk to them. But we should be the example. We should be the example. We should be the light that lights other candles. We lose nothing to light someone else. Right? Gary says, how do I know what love is? Jesus suffering across from me, family, friends, and the world's sins. That's the most perfect love that ever was or ever will be. I told my girl that. I was like, look, there's no love greater than someone giving their life for somebody else. Because your life is precious. It's this one microscopic, even, tiny blip in the whole space-time universe. So it's a blip. So to give it up for someone, that's, and then my point to her was this. When I told my girls, the point is this. When they looked at women and they asked them, would you be willing to give your life for your man, or should he give his life for you? Every woman in that video was like, nope, he should give it. The man should give his life for me. And then when they interviewed the men, every man was like, who should go? If you have to sacrifice, who should go, you or your woman? He was like, me. Every dude was me. And every woman said he should do it. So my point to her was, if you're not willing to give your life to protect me in this relationship, then shut the hell up. I'm running. Then this falls on me. If you're not willing to give your life up for me, and I got to protect us and give my life up for you and for the kids and for this family, then I'm going to need you to listen, ma'am. I need you to listen. Whoever is willing to sacrifice that much, that's who needs to be listened to. Okay? TSG, it's possible to succeed and still feel a gap. I had wins and I still felt off. I agree. I have to. God doesn't just want belief. He wants relationship. Like any deep, it's built through time, trust, and honesty. Listen, I understand, because I that's the other thing. My woman would probably say, and anyone who knows me knows that I'm the hardest on myself. Oh man, you're doing well, Sean. I am failing. I am drowning in my head. And that's just Tuesday because I couldn't get the video out I wanted. Or wait, I put out a video. Did I put out a video Monday or Tuesday? I swear it might have been Tuesday I put out a video on this channel. Here's my point. I put out a video one of the days and it was off. It wasn't the day I wanted to do it. I expected to have put out 2 videos or something and I was off. And I felt like I had failed. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. But it's a journey. It's yo, man, it's okay. If you wake up tomorrow, then fight another day. I'm hard on myself. Love is an action, not a feeling. Feelings are fleeting, but the joy of the Lord is forever. You can see love even when it hurts, when it's inconvenient time, even when they're annoying. It is an action. You're right. It is an action. Your how you do things shows your love. That's why telling people ain't enough. I was fortunate when my wife passed away. Sorry for your loss. I found out that all of my friends were true friends. When you're at your worst, that's when you find out who your true friends are. This is bars right here. Thank you, singer, for that one. Thank you for that. So, not taking away from you, Garrett, but yes, it is exciting. Well, it should be exciting time right now. Yes, but whatever. Yep, I read that one. Keep reality in your pocket and delusion on leash, so that only thing that we'll know is to keep our sanity from broken hyenas called real estate. Preston. TSG, absolutely. We are called to give our lives, but much like being appreciated, if they're willing to for us and family, it means a lot, even though we plan on giving ours in the end. Yeah, look, that's a discussion. I've been working on like marriage video for a while. Like I would say working on it, but I'll show you how I set up my stuff. I do this every now and then. I try to show y'all how I do stuff. But I'm gonna show y'all. So this is my editing folder for 2025, right? So these are all the videos that I have made this year, either videos or live streams. They all organized in a folder. That blue line, that's today's video. All of this up here is stuff that I have working on or potential ideas for later, which might not look like a lot, but it's a lot. Now let me show you. Now I do titles and stuff, right? Like it's working titles. It's not the title. It's just some placeholder, right? Now, one of the video clips made me write out the title, Black Man Calls Out Black Women for Not Being Wife Material. Check this out. You ready? Look how many video clips that is. That is so many video clips. I literally could make 3 or 4 videos just from this one folder. Okay? And sometimes I'm just not in the mindset to do it. There's a reason why I'm telling and showing y'all this stuff, right? And then I have a bunch of other folders with a bunch of other clips, right? Some I'm just, as I find clips, I just throw them in there. That's how this one got full. Check this out. This is how the women not being wives got full. I just been throwing clips in there and I forgot to make a video. So we might have to make a video and then turn some of these into a live stream because this is getting ridiculous. I can't function this way. But that's how much I work for y'all, man. I seriously I think so many moves ahead, man. It is chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? But I said that to say, talking about wives and family, and that's part of what we're asking for, right? If us gents are asking, we're saying, look, you all are worried because we're not providing. I understand we have to provide as men, right? We have to make sure that we can take care of our family, or at least to the best of our ability. But goddamn, we don't even get credit for you expect me also to get up in the middle of the night and take a bullet for you. You're going to move on. You're going to do all these things. Like, am I even appreciated for that? On top of the things I do. And honestly, we got to be real with ourselves. It's coming to the point where if a woman don't appreciate you and show you the way you need to be it to be felt, and I'm not saying, I'm saying that's subjective too, but I'm saying that in a way we like people just aren't appreciative at all anymore. They can't even say, man, thank you so much. You know, I just appreciate you right now. That's what I love about me and my woman, man. We say that stuff all the time. You know, like, I won't even know where it's coming from. Where did that come from? I just want to tell you. God damn, well, thank you. That makes me feel good. I may not say that out loud, but it do. So, I gotta get back to my folder just to make sure we're all good. So yeah, I'm gonna make a special video for Gen X, but I need y'all to watch that shit when it come out. And if you're not Gen X, if you're Boomer or you're Millennial or you even Gen Alpha, you can still watch the video, because I put these videos in there is because it's to talk about a time, just a different time, and how we thought, what we did. You know what I mean? I just want it to be a feel-good piece, man. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'm going to catch these last comments. I'm going to get up out of here. Says, real legacy starts with a man who knows God, knows himself, and leads from wholeness, not burnout. Giving your whole self away without preserving your identity, calling, or purpose is a noble. It's neglect. Yes, I actually have a clip talking about that, about like, if you're a man and you're not operating in your purpose, or if you're not even when it comes to dating relationships, it's like if you're not moving in that relationship in your purpose, then you're not giving that woman 100%. And I get it. We're all still trying to find ourselves at times, but I'm saying that you need to at least have some level of, hey, I'm moving this way. And we gotta be real about those conversations too. Me personally, I seriously don't care anymore about trying to please a woman, period. They give us plenty of reasons not to approach them anymore because they told us not to. I hear you, man. I hear you, Preston. The Titanic is a great example. We play by women and children first, but in today's world of mythical equality, where they want to be equal, every person for themselves is decrepit rowboats. In the decrepit rowboats, yeah. We appreciate it, King. All right, see y'all. Young Hazrat, salute. Yep. 50-50 flies out a window when 6'5" muscled up ex-convict tattooed up swinging a machete breaks in at night. Yeah, that's done. It's like, yo, get up and go take care of that. Go ahead and take care of the machete-wielding person. All right, James, I had a real good time tonight, man. Thank y'all so much for being here. Sorry about the hiccup we had earlier. I'm glad we were able to rebound. I got to figure out what's up with StreamYard. I just haven't had time to figure it out. All right, let me tell y'all what's up. So we had my son will be in town in less than 2 weeks. And so I'm not going to not do videos, but you might see a lot more one-off videos. So please support them. They're probably going to be quicker videos, right? Normally I like to take my time and tell a story with the videos and stuff like that. But with my son in town, I'm going to have to make shorter videos. I'm not saying I'm not going to work because he'll be way across the apartment in his room, and I'll be in the office, right? My bathroom is right there. Like, I'll be able to still work, but also this time means a lot to me. So I want to be able to, it means a lot to me, y'all. So I'm so happy my son is coming here, Little Superman will be here in less than 2 weeks. And I'm excited. Shout out to Young Hazrat with the $10 super sticker. Man, thank you so much, Young Hazrat, man. Y'all do so much. I'm going to tell y'all, man, that Young Hazrat, that video I put out the other day on the TSG Rewind, I put it out to y'all for a whole day, but it felt so good. It was easy to turn that camera, it felt personal, and I really liked that. I hope y'all really come to appreciate TSG Rewind, because I'm going to do a lot with TSG Rewind. And it's just a quick way for me to make quicker videos. And y'all probably are going to see a lot more TSG Rewind while my son is here. It'll be no live streams. Well, he'll be here for 2 weeks. So, oh, damn. We might miss almost 3 weeks of live streaming. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Appreciate it. Yep. Can't wait. I cannot wait. How could I forget? It's her turn for intruder rotation, right? Sit back and watch. That 50-50 ain't gonna work, huh? I look forward to that TSG Rewind. Sounds great. Yeah, no, TSG Rewind, I want to make it just a fun way to look back. Like I said, some videos didn't get the love they should have, but they were good videos, right? Like, so, but again, it's some videos are going to be comparing old stuff to the new stuff, or some stuff going to be like, you'll see. I plan to do a lot with TSG Rewind. So, and again, it just allows me to be able to put out even more content that I think is going to help out, right? So I'm very excited for that. All right. Let me get up out of here, y'all. I hope y'all have a great night. Have a great weekend. Y'all be safe out there. And until next time, live your best life.